Unlike the rest of the Trump family, who are often in the media's glare, Barron Trump has remained a bit of a mystery. Since his father took office in 2017 and later left after just one term in 2021, Barron has kept a surprisingly low profile. But don't let that fool you. There are some fascinating facts about the youngest Trump that might catch you off guard. From being viewed as the family's punching bag to swirling rumors about his mental health, Barron's life of luxury might not be as perfect as it seems. Stay tuned for the full details. Melania Trump wanted to keep Barron out of the spotlight. From the beginning, Melania Trump made it a priority to keep her son Barron away from the public eye. His few public appearances were limited to first family traditions, like the Inauguration Day festivities and the White House Easter egg roll. This strategy was a continuation of the long-standing tradition among first families, who prefer to protect their children from excessive media attention. During an October 2016 interview with ABC News, Melania expressed her intentions clearly. "I teach him. I explain to him so he knows what's going on. I keep him balanced and just have him a childhood as normal as possible. And he's enjoying his school and his sports. He's a great athlete, and I just want to have him out of the spotlight for now." This approach remained consistent throughout Donald Trump's presidency. By late 2018, the Washington Examiner noted that Barron rarely appears in public with his parents. During a Fox News interview with Sean Hannity around the same time, Melania shared that, although their move to Washington, D.C. meant Barron's childhood wasn't entirely typical, he was still happy and thriving. She emphasized her efforts to protect him from public scrutiny, ensuring that he had the childhood he deserves. In 2020, when inappropriate and hurtful comments about Barron started circulating on social media, Melania quickly came to his defense. She tweeted, "A minor child deserves privacy and should be kept out of politics," reminding everyone that Barron's privacy was her top priority. Barron Trump was the first boy to live in the White House in decades. When Barron Trump moved to Washington, D.C. with his mother, Melania Trump, in June 2017, he made history as the first boy to live in the White House in nearly 60 years. The last time America saw a first boy was in 1961, when John F. Kennedy Jr. moved in as a baby. Barron's arrival at the presidential residence was nothing short of Trump-style flair. He stepped off Marine One and strolled across the White House lawn wearing a shirt that read, "The Expert." Although Barron didn't have an entire wing of the White House to himself, his lifestyle hardly saw a downgrade from the luxury he was used to in New York City. In fact, according to Inquisitor, the White House staff, reportedly 100 people strong, was fully equipped to meet the Trump family's every need, ensuring that their favorite snacks and toiletries were always on hand. Barron Trump had his own floor in his family's penthouse. From the moment he was born, Barron Trump lived a life of unimaginable luxury. Just 3 weeks after his birth, Barron had an entire floor of his parents' $100 million New York City penthouse, all to himself. According to a 2006 report in the New York Post, Barron's personal floor came equipped with its own kitchen, living room, nursery, and separate rooms for Melania and the nanny. Oh, and let's not forget the golden stroller with a built-in chandelier, courtesy of Ellen DeGeneres. Melania, thrilled with her son's calm demeanor, said at the time, "He's a very good baby. He's not like a crybaby. He's calm, and it's fantastic." By 2012, Melania gave more insight into her son's personal space, telling Parenting magazine that 6-year-old Barron's area was a reflection of his interests, which included planes and helicopters. She said, "We let him be creative, let his imagination fly and do whatever he wants." While Barron liked things to be clean and white, he also had a playroom and space to display his artwork. Having his own floor meant he could decorate his personal living room and walls however he pleased. Barron and Melania officially left New York and moved into the White House 5 months after Donald Trump's inauguration. Melania marked the occasion on Twitter, writing, "Looking forward to the memories we'll make in our new home. Moving day." After Donald's presidency came to a close, Barron and his parents settled into their newly renovated home at Mar-a-Lago. Donald Trump didn't change his youngest son's diapers. Donald Trump has always had a unique parenting style, especially when it came to his youngest son. In the same parenting interview, Melania revealed, "He didn't change diapers, and I am completely fine with that." For her, this division of roles worked perfectly, as she loved taking on all aspects of caring for Barron. "It's all about what works for you," she explained, emphasizing how important it was to understand and accept each other's roles in their relationship. Although diaper duty wasn't Donald's forte, that didn't mean he wasn't an involved father. Melania mentioned how the pair bonded over dinner and golfing trips, especially when they were at Mar-a-Lago, the family's Florida retreat. In a 2015 interview with People, Melania highlighted that Donald and Barron often enjoyed their meals together and spent time on the golf course, which appeared to be a favorite activity for both. While some might see this as more of a business-like relationship, Donald has always taken pride in his fatherly role. Melania summed it up by saying, "They have beautiful respect and admiration for each other," demonstrating the bond the father-son duo shared, even if it was through golf and dinners rather than traditional parenting moments. Barron had a nanny, but Melania was a hands-on parent. Although Barron had a nanny when needed, Melania Trump has always emphasized her hands-on approach to parenting. A few months after Barron's birth in 2006, she told the Palm Beach Post that they did rely on a nanny occasionally because in one way we still need to have a life. Yet in a 2015 interview with People, both Donald and Melania insisted they didn't regularly use a nanny for Barron. "I like to be hands-on," Melania said. "I think it's very important. Barron needs somebody as a parent there, so I am with him all the time. As you know, my husband is traveling all the time." However, shortly after that interview, Donald Trump mentioned to the New York Post that there was a young woman, someone who works with Barron. Despite this, reports continued to focus on Melania's deep involvement in raising her son. Even after moving to the White House, rumors swirled around her role. As former friend and advisor Stephanie Winston Wolkoff shared in her book, Melania and Me, that Melania maintained the narrative of not hiring a nanny. Wolkoff claimed that while Melania might not have had official nannies, there was always someone there, whether it was a cook, an assistant, or even her mother to help watch Barron. Now in the White House, he reportedly enjoyed hanging out with the Secret Service agents. Barron Trump uses only the finest products. As the son of a billionaire, Barron Trump has always dressed the part. Even at 3.5 years old, Barron was seen wearing a suit at the launch of his half-sister Ivanka Trump's book. According to Melania Trump, he's not one to lounge around in sweatpants, telling ABC News in 2013. He doesn't mind putting on a suit, but not every day, and he likes to dress up in a tie sometimes like Daddy. While Barron enjoys dressing up, he's no stranger to comfort either. His prep school outfits have been complemented by custom New Balance sneakers, and if that isn't enough to highlight his life of luxury, Melania once revealed another extravagant habit. She used her own line of caviar-infused moisturizer on Barron after his nightly bath when he was just 7 years old. Describing her Caviar Complex C6 line to ABC News, she said, "It smells very, very fresh. I put it on him from head to toe and he likes it." Though Melania's skincare line may not have lasted long, Barron's taste for the finer things clearly started early and hasn't faded. Barron Trump is fluent in 2 languages. While Barron Trump may have taken after his father in many ways, he also shares a strong connection to his mother's Slovenian roots. In a 2016 interview with GQ, Melania Trump proudly revealed that Barron is fluent in her native language, Slovenian, and often speaks it with his grandparents, who lived near Trump Tower at the time. In fact, at just 3 years old, Barron was already showing his linguistic skills. Melania even boasted to People in 2009 that he was speaking French alongside Slovenian and English, saying, "He's very special. He talks non-stop." However, by 2011, Melania gave an update during her appearance on The Joy Behar Show, sharing that Barron spoke 2 languages completely perfect. those being Slovenian and English. But what happened to the French? Did his fluency just fade, or was he not quite there yet? These burning questions remain unanswered. Barron Trump has attended some prestigious schools. Barron Trump has always been surrounded by elite education. His academic journey began at the Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School in New York, but by the fall of 2017, Barron had transferred to St. Andrew's Episcopal School in Potomac, Maryland. This institution is no ordinary school. It boasts a 100% college acceptance rate for its graduates. The hefty price tag of around $40,000 a year comes with top-tier amenities, including a dance studio, theater, a massive library, and plenty of space for Barron to play his favorite sports like baseball, soccer, and basketball. Not only does St. Andrews offer these physical perks, but it also houses the nation's only school-based center for mind-brain education science, which means Barron's curriculum was shaped by cutting-edge neuroscience and psychology developments. What makes Barron's attendance even more noteworthy is that he was the first child of a sitting president to enroll at St. Andrews, breaking the tradition of presidential kids attending Sidwell Friends. The school also has notable alumni, like eBay founder Pierre Omidyar. After moving to Florida in 2021 with his family, Barron continued his prestigious education at Oxbridge Academy, an exclusive private school in Palm Beach, where he graduated in 2024. He was on Oprah when he was just a baby. Be sure to watch today's Oprah for Donald and Melania Trump's son Barron, who will be making his television debut. People announced on May 16, 2006. On at that day, when Barron was just 2 months old, Oprah Winfrey's BFF, Gayle King, visited Trump Tower on behalf of the Oprah Winfrey Show to introduce the then newest Trump to the world. At the time, Oprah dubbed him the baby Barron Trump. For his part, Donald Trump seemed excited to be father once again, holding his youngest son, kissing him on the head repeatedly, and calling attention to Barron's delicate hands. Melania informed King that Donald was wonderful with Barron, spending time each morning watching television and reading newspapers together. 5 weeks old and we read the papers together, Donald joked. So why the name Barron? King had asked. It's a name I always loved, but I never had the courage to use, Donald said. And then I gave the idea to Melania. When asked if he would change diapers, the Apprentice star claimed, I would be able to do it, yes. Though, as previously mentioned above, the Donald opted out of this particular parenting role. Melania Trump calls Barron Trump Mini Donald. It seems that Barron Trump is more like his father than anyone might have guessed. Melania Trump has long referred to her son as Little Donald or Mini Donald. In a 2012 interview with Parenting, she explained, he is a very strong-minded, very special, smart boy. He is independent and opinionated and knows exactly what he wants. While Barron may resemble both parents physically, Melania said it's his personality that makes him most like his father. At just 5 years old, Barron was already expressing ambitions to follow in Donald's footsteps, showing an interest in both business and golf. In the same interview, Melania shared that Barron had a particular passion for building things, saying, he loves to build something and tear it down and build something else. She also noted that he was very detailed in his drawings and that he often recreated what he saw during their travels. By 2013, during an interview with ABC News, she doubled down on calling him Mini Donald, a nickname that probably gave Barron's older half-brother, Donald Trump Jr., a little sting. Barron Trump has a creative spark. Barron Trump's artistic side may not be immediately apparent, but his mother, Melania Trump, highlighted his creative talents during a 2012 conversation with Parenting magazine. She shared a charming story that showcased Barron's imaginative play, stating, his imagination is growing and important. Melania recounted a moment when Barron used crayons to draw on the walls of his playroom, proudly labeling it Barron's Bakery. She expressed the importance of allowing creativity to flourish, noting, if you say to a child, no, 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 where does the creativity go? This perspective hints at the nurturing environment Barron enjoyed, where his free reign over his playroom encouraged his artistic expression. After all, not many children are given the freedom to create masterpieces on their walls. Barron Trump is really into sports. Barron Trump is not just the son of a former president. He is also an aspiring athlete with a keen interest in sports, particularly soccer. At just 11 years old, Barron joined DC United's under-12 team as a midfielder, showcasing his growing passion for the game. His skills on the field have garnered attention, with soccer fans expressing admiration for his potential, even suggesting that he should be considered for the United States national team. Former DC United striker Patrick Mullins praised Barron for his extensive knowledge of soccer, noting, "Little kid to have a passion for the game and to be knowledgeable and have a conversation with us. It makes me feel good about kids growing up playing the game." Melania Trump has also spoken fondly of her son's athletic interests, stating in 2018 that Barron is all into sports. However, it appears that American football is off the table for Barron, at least according to his father's sentiments. In an interview with CBS News in early 2019, Donald Trump expressed his concerns about the sport, labeling it really tough and dangerous. He mentioned the advancements in equipment, but noted that they haven't completely addressed the risks involved, sharing that he had heard NFL players express hesitance about letting their sons play. It seems that while Barron might thrive in the world of soccer, his father's apprehensions about football might steer him in a different direction. Donald Trump's youngest son had a major growth spurt. Standing next to his father, Donald Trump, who is 6'3", it's hard not to notice Barron Trump's impressive stature. By the age of 15, he had reached a height of 6'7", making him not only one of the tallest in his family, but also a figure of interest on social media. In fact, reports from 2021 in the New York Post highlighted Barron's rapid growth, prompting lighthearted jokes online. One Twitter user humorously remarked, "Barron Trump looks like two kids in a trench coat," while another quipped, "Barron Trump is literally SpongeBob when he goes to the dance, LOL." Even news outlets noticed this sudden change, with CNN White House correspondent noting Barron's growth during a trip to Palm Beach in January 2020, asking rhetorically if he had grown half a foot since Thanksgiving. Donald Trump himself commented on his son's height during a political event in North Carolina in 2021, saying, "Barron is 6'7", can you believe it? And he's 15. He even playfully teased his son Eric, who is also tall at 6'6", calling him short in comparison. Barron Trump became a very young uncle. Despite being only 18 years old, Barron Trump has already made a name for himself as the beloved uncle to several younger cousins. He first took on the role of uncle at just 1 year old, as Donald Trump Jr. and his ex-wife, Vanessa Hayden, welcomed their first child. In a 2009 appearance on Live with Regis and Kelly, Donald affectionately referred to Barron as a very young uncle, highlighting his sweetness and loving nature. Currently, Barron has a total of 10 nieces and nephews, including Donald Jr.'s 5 children, and Eric Trump's 2 kids with wife Lara Trump. Additionally, he is an uncle to 3 children of Ivanka Trump and her husband Jared Kushner. Ivanka has often shared how close Barron is with her children, stating, "Now with Barron here, they have so much fun together. They spend a lot of time in the Oval Office with their grandfather, which is a lot of fun for them." In a heartwarming moment, Ivanka posted a clip on Twitter featuring Barron playing peekaboo and high-fiving her youngest son, Theodore. She wrote, "My youngest brother proves he's a baby whisperer, while my father signs his first executive orders. It's clear that Barron's playful spirit and affection for his family shine through, making him a cherished member of the Trump clan." Allegations surfaced about Barron Trump being autistic. In recent years, Barron Trump has been the subject of speculation regarding his health, particularly concerning allegations of autism. The discourse intensified in 2016 when comedian Rosie O'Donnell tweeted about Barron, suggesting that if he were autistic, it could serve as a wonderful opportunity to raise awareness about autism. This tweet was connected to a YouTube video titled "Is Barron Trump Autistic?", which sparked further controversy. O'Donnell has had a long-standing feud with Donald Trump and claimed her tweet was not intended as an insult, but rather an observation based on her experiences with her own daughter, Dakota, who was diagnosed with high-functioning autism. However, Melania Trump did not take kindly to the speculation surrounding her son. She enlisted an attorney to threaten legal action against the creator of the Stop the Bullying video unless it was removed, arguing that the video had prompted further bullying rather than preventing it. Portions of a letter from Melania's lawyer, leaked by TMZ, stated that the video was not helping and only instigated more harassment. In response to the backlash, O'Donnell later issued an apology, expressing regret for any pain her comments may have caused. Barron Trump is closest to his half-sister Tiffany Trump. Among his siblings, Barron Trump shares a particularly close relationship with his half-sister Tiffany Trump, the daughter of Donald Trump and his second wife Marla Maples. Tiffany, who married businessman Michael Boulos in 2022, resides in West Palm Beach, which is conveniently close to Barron's home at Mar-a-Lago. This proximity allows for more frequent interactions, especially compared to Barron's other siblings, Donald Jr., Eric, and Ivanka, who live in New York and are considerably older. The age difference likely fosters a more relatable bond between Barron and Tiffany. Their connection has been strengthened by shared experiences, particularly during Barron's formative years when Tiffany was able to visit him in the White House while attending Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. Tiffany has consistently shown her affection for Barron through thoughtful gestures, including heartfelt birthday messages. For example, on his 14th birthday in 2020, she posted a touching tribute on Instagram that read, "Happy 14th birthday to the best little brother I could ever ask for. You mean so much to me, Barron. I wish you all the happiness in the world. Love you." Although it's unclear how Barron reaches out to Tiffany due to the high security measures surrounding him, their bond remains evident. When Barron was 10 years old and living in the White House, the media was instructed to respect the long-standing tradition of keeping the children of presidents out of the political spotlight, further ensuring a semblance of normalcy in his life. Barron Trump was a surprise baby. Barron Trump's arrival was a delightful surprise for his parents, Melania and Donald Trump. Although Donald had 4 children from previous marriages, the news of Melania's pregnancy took him off guard. The couple discovered they were expecting just 5 months after their extravagant Mar-a-Lago wedding in 2005. In a candid moment shared with People, Melania recounted how she broke the news to Donald. "He came home one day last August and I told him he'd be a daddy. And his reaction was, at first he needed to take it in. It was a real surprise. And then he was very happy." Donald echoed this sentiment, acknowledging that while he anticipated having children, the rapid pace of the news was unexpected. Born in March 2006, Barron entered the world with impressive skills that echoed his father's traits. By his first birthday, he was already walking and talking, showcasing his intelligence. Melania described him as very smart and very serious, noting his love for educational toys and books. She shared that Barron was already expressing preferences for his reading material, highlighting his curious nature. Donald proudly remarked, "He's a very smart, very solid young guy," underscoring the couple's pride in their son's early accomplishments. Barron's rapid development and the loving environment fostered by his parents contributed to his unique position within the Trump family. He didn't move into the White House right away. Barron Trump's transition to life in the White House was notably different from that of previous first children. When Donald Trump was inaugurated as president in January 2017, Barron was just 9 years old and finishing up the latter half of his 5th grade school year. Melania Trump decided it was best to keep Barron in New York, allowing him to complete the school year and maintain his friendships rather than uproot him in the middle of the term. This decision meant that Barron and Melania remained in Manhattan for an additional 6 months, while Donald settled into Washington, D.C. Donald Trump's spokesperson at the time, Jason Miller, highlighted the family's concerns about the impact of the transition on Barron's education, stating, No official statement has been released by the Trump family regarding transition timing, but like any parents, they are concerned about pulling their 10-year-old son out of school in the middle of the year. Melania, who was Barron's primary caregiver, frequently accompanied him to and from his private school in Manhattan during this period. The former model was determined to keep Barron's move to the White House as low-key as possible, prioritizing his privacy and well-being amidst the public scrutiny that often accompanies the first family. Eventually, Barron joined his father in the White House in June 2017, about 5 months after Donald's inauguration. While Barron was initially hesitant about the significant change, Donald mentioned that his son's willingness to embrace the situation came from understanding the greater good. When he hears "I'm going to help people," that solves the problem. Barron Trump has been the victim of cyberbullying. Life as a member of America's first family isn't always the glamorous existence many might envision. While Barron Trump enjoyed privileges like a personal chef and a residence in a historic palace, his childhood came with its own set of challenges, including being a target of cyberbullying during his middle school years. In 2017, the situation reached a troubling peak when Saturday Night Live writer Katie Rich sparked outrage with a now-deleted tweet, stating, "Barron will be this country's first homeschool shooter," as reported by Harper's Bazaar. The backlash against Rich was swift and severe, resulting in her suspension from the show, according to the New York Times. The cruelty of such comments was not lost on many, including former White House child Chelsea Clinton, who took to social media to defend Barron against what many considered a harsh cyberbullying attack. Clinton emphasized that Barron Trump deserves the chance every child does, to be a kid, adding that standing up for every child also meant opposing presidential policies that negatively impacted children. Following the uproar, Rich deactivated her Twitter account, only to reactivate it days later to issue an apology. She expressed her remorse in a post on X, formerly Twitter, stating, "I sincerely apologize for the insensitive tweet. I deeply regret my actions and offensive words. It was inexcusable, and I'm so sorry." This incident highlighted the darker side of growing up in the public eye, where even children of prominent figures can become targets of unrelenting scrutiny and harsh criticism. Barron has a collection of lavish gifts from celebrities. Barron Trump's birth in March 2006 marked the beginning of a life surrounded by luxury and celebrity connections. With his father, Donald Trump, having built an extensive network of A-list friends, it's no surprise that Barron's early life was showered with extravagant gifts from various celebrities. His first television appearance came at just 2 months old on The Oprah Winfrey Show, setting the stage for a childhood filled with unique experiences and high-profile interactions. Among the impressive array of gifts Barron received were a luxurious white mink coverlet from acclaimed fashion designer Dennis Basso and a giant stuffed dog from journalist Barbara Walters, as detailed by People. One of the most talked-about presents was a golden stroller gifted by Ellen DeGeneres, which became somewhat controversial given Trump's strong opposition to same-sex marriage. As Barron grew, his father's connections continued to benefit him. In 2018, during a meeting where President Vladimir Putin presented Donald Trump with a soccer ball as part of a symbolic gesture announcing that the United States would host the World Cup in 2026, Donald immediately thought of Barron. He promptly passed the ball to Melania, saying, "It will go to my son Barron, we have no question." This moment illustrated how the former president sought to share his celebrity connections and experiences with his son, ensuring that Barron was included in the world of luxury and fame from a young age. Barron Trump was absent from his father's farewell speech. In a significant moment marking the conclusion of Donald Trump's presidency in 2021, his youngest son Barron Trump was noticeably absent. While Donald addressed the nation during his farewell speech on the tarmac, flanked by his wife Melania and their other children, Barron was nowhere to be seen. According to People, he also did not attend the departure to Joint Base Andrews, where the rest of the Trump family, including Donald's older children and grandchildren, gathered to witness their father's final moments as president. The event was attended by Donald's adult children and their spouses, including Jared Kushner and Eric Trump's wife Laura, while Tiffany Trump made a special appearance with her fiancé, Michael Boulos, in support of her father. Despite the absence of much speculation about Barron's whereabouts, it was a moment the media noted prominently. Although he eventually joined his family on Air Force One heading to Florida, Barron chose to sit out his father's last presidential remarks, which were succinctly capped with Donald's farewell line: "Have a good life. We will see you soon." While Barron may have missed the public spectacle, it seemed to reflect his desire to maintain a degree of distance from the political spotlight.